Welcome, guys. It's I'm joined by Dean. Tonight we're going to be listening to his what was it? It's about your third full length album, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Vision. Now it was
Yes,
released.
sir.
Yeah, what last year, right?
Yeah, it came out August, I think, because I released it around my birthday. So yeah, August of last year.
Yeah. So, all right. First, before we get into the music, because we'll be listening to it track by track, as well as watching the music videos that came out, because you had three music videos that came out for this album. Uh, let's first talk about the album cover. Who drew this? It's like photorealistic. It's kind of crazy.
So it was a collaboration. So Justin Parker or Killator, he did the actual theater and me. So I sent him a picture that was just me in the mask and with a bag of popcorn or whatever, and he sent me back that, and I was like, holy shit. But for this one, I wanted to be pretty much everything that was I love nostalgia wise. So the Monster Vision Dean logo, if anybody doesn't know, that's the old school Universal Studios Orlando logo that I had Legion artwork draw up. So I put both of them together, and man, they super killed it. Super killed it.
Yeah, Legion did our Catacombs logo, so he knows what's up.
Oh
So
yeah.
the title Monster Vision. Now I've talked to you about this before. It's like growing up, I always watched like TNT Monster Vision because it was always like Godzilla or one of the kaiju films or something like that. Is that kind of where you got the title from, Monster Vision?
100% actually, because I've always been a huge Joe Bob fan, huge horror fan, and I was never really allowed to watch horror flicks because I grew up in a weird, very religious home. So and that was after wrestling when Joe Bob would come on, I would just turn the volume down at half mast and be like almost like sneaking watching porno but monster movies.
No,
And so
I did the same thing with Beavis and Butthead. It was like
right.
I get real close to TV so they couldn't see the TV.
But yeah, man, that Joe Bob is definitely and Monster Vision definitely influenced that title.
Dope. So, I mean, is there anything we should know before going into the first track, which is the Harbinger?
So I didn't even before I came up with the concept for the song or the got the beat back or whatever. I wanted to put as many cliche horror things in it as possible, and the Harbinger is always at the beginning of pretty much all the best horror movies, like Friday the 13th. The old guy is like, "Don't go in the woods, you're gonna get fucked," and fucking so that's kind of where I came up with the name because I wanted everybody to be like, all right, I'm going into something. This is a warning. But then I also thought about a lot about like what was going on, and I'll talk a little more about the lyrics and stuff after we play the track, so that you can understand what I'm talking about. But
Mhm.
this I wanted to start off slow, and kind of prepare people. I had Saint Senna do the Stranger Things beat for
I
me.
I was gonna say I love like synth wave, like the retro wave kind of stuff. So like at the beginning of this track is like so cool.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, I'll explain more about it, but it was basically done. This whole album was mixed and mastered by Scott Gonzalez, aka Sinister, and then this track was produced by Saint Senna.
Okay. So you had different people producing all the different tracks on there.
Yeah, it's especially the rock tracks because as you'll see with my next album, which is a full rock album, I kind of branched out and I found a band, and they fucking killed it. And plus, there was other producers that did some beats on here, so
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get into the Harbinger.
You're listening to a man that has been scorned, been an outcast since the day that I was born. So in the shadows I have grown these horns, I've been reformed. The TV that grew me on horror and movies has slowly consumed me, and the storm has been brewing. I'm on a different frequency, my channel's blacked out, I've changed in all my sequencing, and now I wanna lash out. I've always been a humanoid underground dweller, sick of the ones that keep me shunned into my cellar, spending all my time with killer clowns from other planets, about to gather in the public's eye and cause some real damage. This album's for the creatures of the night. It's time to rise up, no longer be ashamed or afraid of what you fucking love. The gore, the splatter, the midnight meat trains. Come forward, you matter. Travel into Dean's brain. Strange, and it's our time to rise and be heard now. Plain, it's out this time, we rise from the dirt now. The ghouls and the goblins that thrive in the dark. Time to fight for the change that we feel in our heart. There's no room for division, all the rules need revision. Let's recreate the world into a Monzter Vizion. The world has been locked down, from cities to small towns. No smiles, it's all frowns, but that's about to all drown. Take away the normalcy, fuck off with the conformity, embrace without uncertainty. We're gorgeous with deformity. That's right, you heard me. It's time we all stand firm. I'm crushing all the hate in my world. It's time to reaffirm. It's not a dictatorship, that's a Walking Dead joke for all of you zombies that say that you stay woke. All the fat cats in Washington laugh while we stay broke. So to numb the pain, we roll and we take tokes. Bitch, take notes, there's something bigger coming. There's no sense in running, we're evolving into something bigger, better, and smarter than this bullshit. I'ma go ahead and step down off my pulpit. Take one message from this whole damn album. If they don't like who you are, go and peace out. It's strange, and it's our time to rise and be heard now. Plain, it's out this time, we rise from the dirt now. The ghouls and the goblins that thrive in the dark. Time to fight for the change that we feel in our heart. There's no room for division, all the rules need revision. Let's recreate the world into a Monzter Vizion.
All right. So, the Harbinger. What are some of the secrets about that track?
So I wrote that track for two specific reasons. You can hear it in the first verse and then a different message in the second verse. And it's crazy that the Catacombs came along when it did, because the first verse, is all about horrorcore and people who love horrorcore, and the fact that I personally have felt for a long time there's always been some sort of division or gatekeeping or something that has separated us all, or the fact that the mainstream people, when they say, oh, you listen to horrorcore, some people are like, yeah, sometimes, but I like Little John, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people need to be more proud of the underground and horrorcore and come together and be like, yes, horrorcore is a fucking shit. Listen to this shit. Listen to these fucking people. They deserve their fucking spotlight. And then on the second verse, it's like, everything with COVID started happening right when I was writing this. you know, everybody was scared, depressed. The George Floyd shit happened. You know, there was riots going on, and you know, I was basically saying, yes, it is time to stand up. It is time to stand up against the fucking government and the police, and fucking, you know, really come together as people, not just as, you know, I am a metalhead, I am a hip hop head, I am a this, you know, everybody is so categorized, and it's time for the world as a whole to stand up against bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening, and it's fucking happening. So I'm happy to see that shit. But that was pretty much where that track came from.
Yeah, what you were saying about like people with horrorcore, it's like whenever I try to explain it to people who don't know like what it is, it's always like, well, it's kind of like ICP, because almost everybody knows who ICP is,
Right.
but different. That, or I'll tell them, like, if I'm explaining who AXE is, I tell them it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre music. Like, if Texas Chainsaw Massacre made music, that's what it is.
Right.
And so, like, usually my gateway is to tell them like a movie and be like, imagine that, but a song. And that usually gets people, because horror is kind of big now, which is why it's surprising that the genre isn't bigger than it already is. Because
right.
Obviously horror is mainstream. Everybody loves horror. Well, most people love horror movies. So, you know, the music, you know, we're trying to get it there. You know, that's kind of the point of what we're doing here. You know, what we're all doing here, you know, is trying to get the genre out of, I don't know if it really has a bad connotation. I think maybe ICP put like this like kind of funny spin on the genre a little bit.
Right.
You know, so it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah. And you know, it's I feel things are starting to change in our genre, in the underground, because like people are putting out such fire shit that it's going to be just undeniable to ignore much longer. So, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass in particular, but
we could have an hour and a half stream talking about this.
right. Yeah, but no, the underground's coming. It's coming full force.
So, all right, the next track is Survive the Night, and we have a music video for this one. Do you want to talk about the music video? First of all, I want to ask you about that arm that you have, because that arm is so crazy looking. That's in the beginning of all your videos. Like, where did you get that arm from? The same people that made your mask?
No, so I actually there's a guy named oh my god, he's fucking part of my campaign. I can't believe this shit. He's he's doing a lot of gore effects for the movie and shit too. I just for some reason I'm old. If you can't tell the gray, I forget a lot of things. Anyways, he's got a company. He does all silicone practical effects, and like silicone heads and arms and stuff like that. And I saw that and I was like, bro, I need a Bonesaw Entertainment arm. And so I used that to do, you know, some of the opening credit scenes and some other stuff. But yeah, we're actually auctioning that off right now. So.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to say about the video before we watch it?
I hope you guys enjoy the spin that I put on it. If you don't know by now, like everything I do is for monsters. Especially with this album, I kind of wanted to make it seem like the monsters were the main real thing, and then humans were kind of the flip side. So I hope you enjoy the twist. And from the last track into this track, I was like, all right, let's kick it all the way the fuck up to 10. So
all right, here we go. Survive the Night.
shadows creeping, baby. You've not been sleeping lately. You know I'm watching and I'm trying to drag you to hell. I'm in the cemetery reading obituaries. The dead, they whisper all their cautionary tales. I'm waiting for tonight. I'm coming for your life. You better prepare for the boogeyman under your bed. I'll be in all your dreams. I wanna hear you scream. The supernatural battle of the monsters inside of your head. Survive the night. Survive the night. Survive the night. I'm coming to take you away. Survive the night. Survive the night. Survive the night. It does you no good when you pray. It dawns a witching hour. I call upon dark powers. I'll send you on a ride across the river Styx. I'll sing you lullabies, girl, and as you enter dream world, you'll think you're in a forest searching for a prince. But creatures start to scurry, and now you're in a hurry. Your heart beats faster and you're running like you're in a race. I'll sneak up and trip you, grab your neck and rip through. Watch it pour out as I lean in for a taste. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. I'm coming to take you away. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. It does you no good when you pray. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. I'm coming to take you away. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. It does you no good when you pray. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. I'm coming to take you away. Survive the night, survive the night, survive the night. It does you no good when you pray.
All right. Survive the Night. That was track 2 off Monzter Vizion. If you're just tuning in, this is kind of the Dean Monzter Vizion listening party. Where did you get that monster suit from, dude? That thing's crazy.
So that's a touchy subject because I'm actually pretty fucking pissed off because they I bought it from this company called Global Fear Enterprises, and I was like, I really want to buy a monster suit that I can kind of make like a Eddie type thing for Iron Maiden. Like really have them be a good whatever you call it,
like a reoccurring character kind of thing.
Right. And so I spent like almost $800 on this fucking suit, and I get it, and it's a long sleeve shirt painted with and then it's got the Ouija board on the top. I don't know, it's just really shitty quality. It looks good on camera, but it's really shitty quality. But yeah, don't ever shop with Global Fear Enterprises if you guys ever get monster suits.
So it was just like falsely advertised then, or is that what it was, or did it just?
Yeah, no, because it looked nothing like it did in a picture. It was supposed to have it only on one shoulder, but it was supposed to have two big shoulder pads that had candles that lit up, and a candle in the center of the stomach. But really, if you look at it, it just looks like a vagina stomach. And I'm just like, come on, bro.
Oh, gosh. So with that song, Survive the Night, did you have any little tidbits hidden in there that people might not have caught on to first time they listened to it?
That one, not so much. That one's pretty straightforward. The more so the video, because I was like, all right, so we're going to do, the guy that my band is in Brazil. So they write the actual orchestrated music, and then they send it to me and I record to it. And so I was like, all right, I want to do like a running through the woods, chasing the girl. But then I was like, everybody's going to expect the ending. So like, let's just flip it and have the girl actually haunting the monster. So,
yeah. And you like tuck the monster in.
Right.
All right. So let's see. Track number 3 is Samhain. Now, I hate when people say Sam Hain. So did you call it Samhain? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm pagan, so I say it correctly.
Just twisted as this thing, and they always call it Sam Hain. I'm like, that's not how you say it. Anyway,
right.
Here's the track, Samhain.
Come and gather round the fire, hear the rules of Halloween. Always check your candy after you say trick or treat, cause there's killers in the night who wanna watch you bleed. And you don't wanna be lost among the dead forever screaming. Keep the pumpkins lit, don't you dare blow out the wick, or the scarecrows, they will creep and drag you down into the pits. Salt among the door frames to keep away the hags who will rip off all your flesh and feed it to their cats. Offerings to the spirits as they break across the veil. Tonight is theirs for finishing the ending of their tales. Bobbing for the apples, one could sneak up from behind, possessing you and making you commit a homicide. The beasts within the woods are howling at the moon. The creatures are emerging from the depths of the lagoon. So don't stay out too late, or tonight might be your last. And check under the bed if you should hear a laugh. When the leaves change, you hear the voices from the fog. When the creatures start to crawl, it's Halloween. When the wind howls, sends a shiver down your spine. All tricks, no treat this time. It's Halloween. Candy corn killers capture kids and keep them captive, feeding all the freaks at the feast is so fantastic. Ghouls be getting grimy, gathering around the guts. Witches laugh and watch while the werewolves rip them up. It's the season of the gore, humans screaming, oh my lord, as the poltergeists terrorize, traveling in hordes. They're coming for you, Bob, or other creatures of the night. The sailors from the harbor, revenge is on the mind. Tiptoe around the shadows, cause there's something surely lurking, waiting for the chance to pounce on you, evilly smirking. Vampire bats flutter quickly past the moon. You go to turn around and Nosferatu's in your room. Adults send out the children with the thought of trick-or-treating. Fatten them with candy, sacrifice them for the feeding. They will prey on all your fears, like it better if there's tears. Only happens once a year, Halloween is finally here. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. The boogeyman is always there.
Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. The boogeyman is always there.
When the trick or treat change, smell my feet. Hear the voices from the good to eat, and the creatures start to crawl. I don't care. It's Halloween, man, it's always there. When the wind howls, smell my feet, sends a shiver down your spine. To eat all tricks or treat this time. I don't care. It's Halloween, man, it's always there.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right. Hopefully the volume there at the end got better. I guess it got low. I don't know. I didn't change anything, but yeah, that was Samhain, track 3. That seemed like a pretty straightforward song. Was there anything special hidden within that?
No, just the fact that Saint Senna, I told him, I was like, yo, Halloween 3 is like my favorite movie on the planet. Can you make me a dope Halloween 3 beat? And he came with that, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking dope as shit. So I kept trying to get Lee Carver on it, but he never answers his shit. Because I know that they like fucking H3 too. So
yeah. Hopefully, he's a pretty busy guy, so hopefully the next one. I know you were saying you want to try and get the guys on a new track, which would be dope.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So who the sound mix on that song is really dope, because it's like, if you listen, both tracks are like the different voices are in different ears. So if you listen to that song, listen to it with headphones on. Who did you say mixed the whole album?
Sinister.
Okay.
He's more like a trap rap type guy. So I was kind of worried in the beginning, but then he started sending me masters back, and I was like, oh shit, okay, this guy knows what he's fucking doing. So also, I just want to make sure, am I moving on your screen? Because I've been frozen like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I see you moving.
Okay, cool. As long as you guys see it, that's cool.
Yeah, you look good from here. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so the next track is actually featuring Loki, who you've worked with before, correct? Like, he's done a lot of stuff for you before, correct?
Well, we actually just started working on this. I mean, me and him have been friends for a long ass time. Like, I want to say close to 10 years now. But this track was the first track we have ever done together, and he mixed this one in particular. But he did my whole new album, so everything you hear on this song is kind of going to prepare you for what the next album's gonna sound like.
Okay. All right. So everybody in the chat, let me make sure you guys can hear this. Let me know in the chat. Nothing's changed. I've still got it. It's pumped full volume. So, all right, here is Rot.
Running away, I cannot escape from this hell. Cursed like the dead come to life. My body's decaying rapidly in front of my eyes, and I smell like weed, cold brew, kill. The crows that pull on my toes, and the buzzards are picking me clean right down to the bone. There is no help and I'm screaming, screaming. This is a nightmare, I'm living but falling apart, and I can't help but think that this could be the end. I'm running, decaying. What have I done to earn this curse? I'm running, decaying. My body soon will be dispersed. To hell and the falling apart. The bones and the flesh just keep ripping right off. The weight of my legacy bearing down heavily, pushing the meat from the bone as it severs me. Mind is turning to cold. The flies are swarming and plucking away at my soul. The veins are beginning to swell. Running away and I cannot escape from this hell. This is a nightmare, I'm living but falling apart, and I can't help but think that this could be the end. I'm running, decaying. What have I done to earn this curse? I'm running, decaying. My body soon will be dispersed. There's nothing that can't be done. I'll lose my limbs into be a puddle of guts. There's no kingdom come. I'll lay here internally screaming inside for months. Nothing can be done. I'll lose my limbs into be a puddle of guts. There's no kingdom come. I'll lay here internally screaming inside for months. Nothing can be done. I'll lose my limbs into be a puddle of guts. There's no kingdom come. I'll lay here internally screaming inside for months. Nothing can be done. I'll lose my limbs into be a puddle of guts. There's no kingdom come. I'll lay here internally screaming inside for months. I'm running, decaying. What have I done to earn this curse? I'm running, decaying. My body soon will be dispersed. I'm running, decaying. What have I done to earn this curse? I'm running, running away, and I cannot escape from this hell.
All right, there we go. Rot featuring Low-Key. I figured out what the problem was. It was something when I played the last video, it pushed out the other audio. So we've got to figure it out now. Yeah, Rot featuring Low-Key. And you said you were friends with Low-Key. That's pretty much how the feature came about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, of course, I had to pay the motherfucker, but
Yeah.
yeah, that song is actually, about old age. Um, because I'm 30, about to be 35, and back when I was rocking shows when I was a kid, I could bounce up and down on the stage. I used to stage dive off of fucking the speaker stacks and shit. And now my knees are bad. I've developed a immunal disease called HS, and it basically makes you feel like you're rotting. So there's days that I feel just fucking completely trapped in hell. Like today's, what I told you earlier, I was sick. Today's definitely one of those days. Um, and I wrote that track. I was like, some days I just feel like The Walking Dead, and I feel like I'm rotting on my feet. I tell my wife that all the time, and so that's kind of where that song came from.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And the next track actually is another feature with Oh the Horror. I'm not really a huge fan of Oh the Horror, but this song, this song's pretty good. The Carriage. Was that just a feature you got through MNE, or did you know the Oh the Horror guys?
Yeah, no, me and Hill House have been fucking friends since before they were signed. And it's funny because yeah, I saw their first the music video that they did that had the devil in it and shit back in the day. I think it was called Weird Shit. And instantly I was like, man, these guys are super different. They're kind of like, they're definitely in their own lane.
Mm-hmm.
Their new shit is fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't know if you heard any of it, but anyways, they just keep constantly stepping their game up. They're definitely more for the rock crowd. And I was like, I hit him up instantly. I was like, hey, I like your shit. And then he was like, hey, I like your shit. And then so I was like, we just become best friends. So me and him talk all the time. Super, super cool dude. And I was like, dude, I have this idea about dying and what I feel like the ride is going to be like when that adrenochrome, I don't know if you know, but when you die, you get a sudden burst of adrenochrome into your brain that makes you feel, that's why people say they see the white light or whatever. I feel like that's just going to be a roller coaster ride. And so that's where this song kind of came from.
So the carriage is like carrying you away, I guess. Is that what it is? Like,
right. So it's death coming into the carriage with a carriage and just fucking seeing all this crazy shit as you're being drugged to hell.
All right. Well, let's get into it. The Carriage.
I'm broken open, hoping that someone's coming soon. I think I'm dying, I can't let go. Focus on the notion, I'm smoking still from the bullet wound. They hear me crying, it's time to let go. The wheels they turn on brimstone, leading from realms beyond comprehension. The plastic pillows my skin tone, drags my corpse into another dimension. Sits upon the top of which the beast of burden. I try to talk to death, but I can get a word in. I hear the laughing of the damned and the tormenting. Never got an option, that's just where we all are headed. 6 black horses roll the carriage fast as lightning. This is your fate. Now you have no sense in fighting. Strap in! This is the last ride of your life. Hang on! Time to kiss your kids goodbye. Let's go! Say farewell to your pretty wife. It's time! All you got left to do is die. bitch. It's so wisdom. Action like a fucking slug in the chest. Magnets ready to feed on your flesh. Living after life, your soul will mesh. Turtle! You're gonna run your life! Beyond the grave! You're in for one hell of a ride with the required high. Nowhere gonna been. This is the last ride of your life. Hang on, time to kiss your kids goodbye. Let's go, say farewell to your pretty wife. It's time, all you got left to do is die. Welcome to the other side. Say goodbye to your life. Say goodbye to your life. Welcome to the other side. Watch your soul's light from your rise. Set it free now, you have died. Strap in! This is the last ride of your life. Hang on, time to kiss your kids goodbye. Let's go, say farewell to your pretty wife. It's time, all you got left to do is die. Strap in, this is the last ride of your life. Hang on, time to kiss your kids goodbye. Let's go, say farewell to your pretty wife. It's time, all you got left to do is die. All you got left to do is die.
Hell yeah.
All right, yeah, there we go. The Carriage featuring Jonathan Hillhouse of Oh the Horror, track number 5. So, is there anything in there you wanted to kind of highlight, or do you think?
I mean that's pretty much we talked about it beforehand. I just felt like I wanted to do a song, what I thought it would be like. You die, and then it's a fucking ride. Wherever we're gonna go, whatever is gonna happen, I feel like that energy that leaves our body is just gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hang on, here we go. But I think that the track overall came out pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, now, did you do this on purpose? Because the next track is called Beautiful. Now, was that like on purpose, or was that just kind of like a happy accident, I guess?
I mean, it kind of was a happy accident, but at the same time, once all the songs were put together, I listened back to them, and this one is actually featuring my wife. And the reason why I got my wife on this track is because this track is such an important song and an important message that I wanted to convey. Because after when you die, you die. But right now, while you're alive, I know there's a lot of women, especially that battle with body dysmorphia and eating disorders and plastic surgery, and the media shoving in your face how you should or shouldn't be. And I wanted to make a song that was very much a reflection of that. And if you listen to the words, it's all of it's in there. And so I'll let the track speak for itself and then kind of talk about it afterwards.
All right. Yeah. All right. Next, track 6, Beautiful with Lolly Rotten.
Trade in my skin and we'll film it live. Trim in the middle, lifting out the sides. All for acceptance. Feel the black leather working your skin, baby. 2 balls of goddamn, we're getting crazy. Tattooed in blue, now I'm thinking maybe we'll be accepted. Do you like me now that I fit your box? Do you want me now? Can't you just taste it? Do you love me now? Tell me I'm your god. I've done all you want. Tell me you crave it. Good night, make me aware this dress. I'm beautiful. Your feet, looking in the mirror, I'm sick to my stomach, wondering how the fuck I've become this. Everything I swore to myself I'd never be. All of my indecision standing staring back at me. Either you hate me, I want you to love me. I'm trying everything but just get you to want me. What do I have to be? Am I all that disgusting? Tell me, what do you want? Should I cover up my skin and be modest? Should I let the world dissect my milky flesh? Natural beauty or a full face of makeup? I get my word from the comments on Facebook. I'm so much more than that. I've got so much to say. I'm only worthy of whatever is between my legs. Will you listen to me if I have a pretty face? Tell me you love me. Do you want me now that I fit your mold? Will you love me if I only do what I'm told? Make me when I wear this dress. So you think I'm beautiful? So lay your feet beside Tell me that you want me, you'll never let me go. Love me for my body, give a damn about my soul. Tell me that you want me and you'll never let me go. Love me for my body, give a damn about my soul. I'm beautiful. You think I'm beautiful. You think I'm beautiful. Just set me free. So you think I'm beautiful.
Man, I love that song.
Yeah, somebody said it was their favorite track. So
That's it's such a fucking powerful message, and it's something, if you think about it, it's not something that we always talk about, and especially in our genre. Like they just had the Miss Juggalette pageant last night, and it's, I don't know. So sometimes we see all these beautiful goth girls, juggalettes, whatever you think you're attracted to, and they get hundreds of like on their Facebook, you know, that's why when she wrote that verse and she was like, you know, I get my comments, or I get my worth from the comments on Facebook, and I'm only worthy of whatever's between my legs, and you know, that shit's fucking powerful, and that shit's stuff you don't think about really, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm glad that I chose her to do this song with me, and really bring to light of what it's like to be an alternative girl, but also to be somebody that suffers from BPD and you know, body dysmorphia, and you know, it's I think it's something that needs to be more commonly spoken about. So yeah, reach out to your local pretty girl and just tell them that they're actually pretty, because they might not believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so it's a total switch of gears for the next song. It's like it's a 180 pretty much. It's actually my favorite track, and the music video is really, really sick. Deadite, which, like, you know, I mean, it's self-explanatory, I think.
Oh yeah.
And that's featuring Nicotine Green.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about this track is that so just like with my wife, anybody that I ever know that's like, man, I've always wanted to do music, I've always wanted to do a song. This Nicotine Green, his name's Nicotine. He's one of my best friends on the entire planet, and he was like, man, I've always wanted to do a song. I was like, well, guess what? You're on my next album, bro. So let's do this shit. So I gave him the full experience of what it was like to be a musician. We did a track together. We did a music video, because Evil Dead is kind of our thing. So I was like, let's do this shit.
Yeah, so he doesn't have any other music out, does he, other than this?
No, not yet, because I want him to do it, because it's just something that as he's always wanted to do, you know. So
yeah, I'm surprised because this track is really good. So I'm like, you know, if he's watching, make some goddamn music.
Hell yeah.
All right, yeah, let's get into it. This is Deadites featuring Nicotine Green.
Yep.
The Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Written by the Dark Ones long ago, back when they ruled the earth and the seas ran with blood.
Steve on the beat, I see you.
The book was simply a collection of ancient texts, bound by human flesh, written by blood.
Demon, I'm centuries old. We are the hive, we're rotting alive. See it, demise in the whites of my eyes. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Swallow your soul the Kandarian wave, leaving your body to rot and decay. my face.
Down my face.
You called on to hell's disgrace.
Hell's disgrace.
It's your fault you read the words.
Read the words.
Now we're here to kill you nerds.
Kill you nerds.
Call us demons, but we're deadites. Terror in the soul looking in my dead eyes. Branches wrap around your knees while you're fucking raped by trees. Chainsaw hand won't even help as we drag you down to hell. I've lost control, I'll swallow your soul. I'll turn your skull into a bowl.
Join us. Join us.
Fucking insane, can't even front. Come kiss me, dirty cunt.
I can smell your filthy soul.
Who's in my fruit cellar?
I'll rip your soul out, you pathetic fuck!
Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Possessing the bodies of unwilling hosts. More than a demon, I'm centuries old. We are the hive, we're rotting alive. See it demise in the whites of my eyes. Dead by dawn. Dead by dawn. Swallow your soul the Kandarian wave, leaving your body to rot and decay. We are the hive, we're rotting alive. See your demise in the whites of my eyes.
You will die like the others before you. One by one, we will take you. Swallow your soul. Swallow your soul. Swallow your soul. Swallow your soul.
Possessing the bodies of unwilling hosts. More than a demon, I'm centuries old. We are the hive, we're rotting alive. See it demise in the whites of my eyes.
Even now we have your darling Linda's soul. She suffers in torment. Dead by dawn. Dead by
Swallow your soul the Kandarian wave, leaving your body to rot and decay. We are the hive, we're rotting alive. See your demise in the whites of my eyes. That song get you live, bro.
Bro, that shit gets me so hype every time.
I know that song is so it just hits, man. It hits hard.
So there was 3 producers on this. One was, like I said, Saint Senna, the rock band Douglas Patrick, and then this guy Steve on the beat. He did this and the track with Razak. And man, this, as soon as I heard that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave the he sold me the exclusive beat, and I was like, keep your tag in there, bro, because this shit's hard. I want people to know who fucking makes this type of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this shit was wild, and the video for it was so fucking fun to make too.
Did you find that set somewhere? Because that was like,
That's my garage, bro.
oh, is it right?
Yeah, no. So basically, I have a garage that we're actually in the midst of turning into a venue, a small venue for punk shows and shit. But I live in Georgia, so I borrowed a neighbor's deer head. And like the boards that she was coming up through, that's just a pallet that we laid down. The wall where we did the black light stuff, we just that's a wall in the garage that we put like spider web and shit all over. So no, that was all done in the garage, man.
Because I know some of the other ones, I recognize the porch, in some of the other videos, like Human Barbecue and Survive the Night. There's that porch that I recognize. But yeah, that one looked totally like, so if people see the production value in that video, go back Autumndale and Indiegogo.
Yeah.
See what he can do. See what he can do with a bigger budget. You know what I mean? If he could turn his garage into the cabin in the woods from Evil Dead 2, then imagine what it'll do with some actual backing.
Right. Yeah, no, straight up, we need all the help we can get. And this is not a pitch. This is me begging you. But nah, dude, that video was so fucking fun. My wife was the girl Deadite. She killed it. And she and then me and Nicotine, we had the idea. We painted his hand first as it came up out of the book, and I don't know. It was probably the funnest video shoot I did outside of Human Barbecue.
Yeah, his movements too are really crazy. He was really good with like that Deadite shake kind of thing that they do.
Well, we also did something cool on that video. I slowed the song down 150%, and we performed it in slow motion and twitching and stuff. and then in post I sped it up 150%, which gave us that cool type of shaky moment, you know.
Okay, all right. It was a trick then. It was a camera
Right.
trick then. All right, you shouldn't have told me that.
No. He like, because if you watch me, I didn't really get the concept at the time, so I just kind of wrapped it and did my thing. But he was like steady shaking and stuff. So when we sped it up, it gave it that shaky effect. So
Yeah. Yeah. So the next one, like you said just now, was like your funnest shoot is human barbecue. You know, what made that shoot so fun?
So I had the picture of what I wanted to do in the video in my head, and I have to give credit to my friends Chuck and Amanda, because believe it or not, the porch that's in Human Barbecue and the porch you saw in Survive the Night was here. Human Barbecue was at their house. So I had this, summertime monster get together thing, and I was like, man, how are we gonna pull this up? I showed up to their house that day. They literally made all the food. All that food you see is real edible food, like the face pies, the intestines. Those were cinnamon buns. And they got in costume, and we literally had a human barbecue that day, and it was so fucking fun, man. So fun.
All right, well, let's watch the video and then we'll talk about it.
All right.
All right, guys, we are here at the 1031st, I think that's how you say it, 1031st annual human barbecue, and I'm hosting it this year. Now, we invited a lot of monsters, but because of MVID, they're all getting sick. But we got a lot of stuff on the barbecue, and just because we're monsters, that doesn't mean that we're savages. We like to put our own human spin on human meat. Ain't that right, Chef?
You goddamn right, son.
Woo!
All right, we're live again. They couldn't handle the human barbecue. Mr. Zuckerberg didn't like the consumption of human flesh very much, so we're back again.
Be fucking better, because that last scene in that music video when the fireworks were going off, I almost set myself on fire because I thought that they were only the type of fireworks that sprayed upwards, but they started like exploding all around me, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get out of here!" My buddy Chuck was like, "No, stay there. It looks fucking awesome."
So it was like a Batista moment or like a Michael Jackson moment where they just caught you on fire.
Crazy white
straight
folk.
up. Yeah. Anything to get that pop, man. As an old school wrestling fan, you got to get that fucking pop.
You don't want to pop you don't want to pop your eye out though. That's what you don't want to do. Because I had an incident with fireworks similar to that. It ain't fun.
Oh yeah, no.
Bro, it had them little, I think they were bottle rockets or something, right? Had like 100 of them in the thing, lit them all up, and then they started flying in every direction.
Yeah, no, that's terrifying.
Absolutely, because you don't know where they're coming from. You just gotta keep ducking and jiving and rolling and doing all types of things.
I had that situation a long time ago. We were setting off fireworks in the street, and we had like one of those the ones that shoot them up in the air, whatever it is, like I forget what they call them. But it tipped over. And so we're all standing in a group, and it started shooting at us.
What is it? You talking about you talking about the bigger ones, right? That shoot up.
Yeah.
The mortars?
Yeah, more. Yeah, that's what we had, and it fell over and it started shooting at us.
Yeah, no,
jumping and jiving.
Right. No, I got the mortars too, but I try to set them on a chair. I light it and I move away, and then it goes straight up. Those are like the little miniature versions of the big ones they use.
Yeah, it was a Roman candle. It was a Roman candle, is what they're called.
Yeah, those are bad enough too, bro.
Man, it was not fun. My friend jumped up in the air, it bounced off his foot. I was like, oh man. All right, so if the last stream we finished with Human Barbecue, which was track number 8. When you mentioned that it was the cinnamon rolls for the intestines, when you said that, I noticed it when he bites into it. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's a bread texture for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a super fun video to make. I had a blast doing that shit.
You didn't know we're having a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Or cookout or eat out at Dean Spot, bro. You didn't know that?
Oh
in the shape of intestines.
Yeah, exactly.
The black and white. Somebody mentioned the black and white was a pretty good choice for that video too, because it's definitely like the theme of the video. It fits the theme of the video with Frankenstein showing up and all that.
Hey, I actually really see when I saw that video, I really dug it, and I still do.
Yeah, it's dope.
Thank you. Hey, yeah, that's definitely something we want to do for 4th of July this year. Is have the first annual human barbecue. So it won't be a show or anything, but we're definitely encouraging people to come out and have a fucking big ass barbecue with us this year.
Yeah, something I was gonna say is it's called the 1031st for 1031. Is that right?
Yeah.
I just realized as we were watching it, I was like, why does he call it that? And I was like, Halloween. I got you. Yeah, I got you. All right, so track number 9 is Urban Legend featuring Razak. Is that another one where you knew Razak before this, or? Oh
yeah, me and Raz go way back. You
know her by Raz. I mean, come on, first name basis.
Yeah, she me and her did the camera. I'm having a brain fart tonight, but we did the tour with her, me, and Luna 13. And then previous to that, it was me, her, and Kisa. And, me and her have always been good friends. And so I was like, when I did this song, initially it was called Mirrors. And I wanted it to be like Candyman kind of with Bloody Mary on the other side of the mirror. Because everything I do, I conceptualize a video for it before I write it. And I wanted to have a mirror in the middle and just kind of rotate between Bloody Mary and whatever. But it didn't end up working out like that. But yeah, this song is another one that was produced by that same guy, Steve on the beat. This shit's just a banger.
Yeah. So yeah, Urban Legend featuring Razak. Let's go.
Speak my name throughout time. Sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Speak my name throughout time. Sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. You'll never die, you'll never fade out. They will know my name and my face 100 years from now. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Like the stinging of the bees, feel the pain in my affection. I'll make you all believe, speak my name in the reflection. Without you I am nothing, just the writing on the wall. If no one tells my story, then the legend surely falls. So love me, be my victim. Join the army of the heartless, and with me you will be smitten. Take my hand and I can promise I will never let you down. Just keep my name all in your mouth and spread that shit all over town. Speak my name throughout time. Sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Speak my name throughout time. Sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. I will never die, I'll never fade out. They will know my name and my face 100 years from now. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat.
My name is whispered under the stars at campfires. Razak, the wicked bitch, fulfilling your deadly desires. Look in the back seat, you just might see me with an axe. Kill your family like Philiska or Lizzie. Borden, face torching, harvesting your organs. Kill you in the shower, I'm psycho like Norman. Scared frozen, we're the monsters you're dreading. You'll know our names forever, Raz and Dean. We some urban legends.
Throughout time, sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Speak my name throughout time. Sweets for my sweet. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. I will never die, I'll never fade out. They will know my name and my face 100 years from now. Burrow in your mind till my body's obsolete. Urban legend bitch with my name on repeat. Hey.
All right. Urban, see, it still turned out really dope, I think, even despite the, change in concept,
Right. Yeah. The main reason I wrote that song in particular, so in your lifetime, you have two deaths. You have the death of your body, and you have the death of your name. A lot of people, when their body dies, their name dies. My biggest fear as an artist, as somebody who has spent the last almost 20 years of his life doing music, film, anything like that, is that my name will die with my body. So I was like, that's why I kept saying with my name on repeat, urban legend with my name. Like the longer people talk about you and the longer your legacy lives on, no GMO, then the longer that people will remember your art and remember the life that you had. And that's one of my biggest fears, honestly, is, I'm not afraid of dying. Fuck, I could, but as long as what I've done and accomplished in my life lives on for at least a little while, that's my main concern.
Yeah, like you want to leave a legacy is kind of what you're talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No GMO.
Yeah. I caught that too. I was like, all right.
I didn't say it. I have nothing to do with this debauchery going on. That's Speed Racer on the left and Dean on the right, not me. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, especially in this scene, it seems like there's a lot of like Lovecraft, Poe, like a lot of their work didn't get any credit until after they had passed,
Right.
So, that's kind of the flip side. And then it's like, do you believe in the other side? Because if you get big when you're dead, like, does it really count? Like,
right. I mean, that's like one of my favorite directors, Ed Wood. He was nowhere near appreciated as he is today, and it's sad, but at the same time, how dope would that be is if my shitty movie Porcelain, for instance, was being fucking acclaimed 20 years after my death as a fucking, grindhouse, success. So even if I'm not here to recognize that, as long as the people that are still here can enjoy the art, that's super important.
Yeah. So track 10, last track of the album, The Invisible Man. Do you pick a song specifically for the end of the album, or like does that kind of not matter to you?
Oh yeah, man. So the way I write my albums is before I get the music, before I get anything, and this is my film sense of mine, is I'm like, all right, what topics do I want to hit? What titles would I want? What subject matter matches those titles? And this one, I always end on a personal note, like Nocturnal Bloodlines. I did a super personal track, about some fucked up shit that happened to me when I was a kid. Southern Gothic, was we ended on Filth, which was about my teenage years growing up, being kicked out of foster care and shit. So this one, I wanted to really touch on my bipolar life, how I feel as an artist a lot of times. I'll let the track speak for itself and then go back on it.
Yeah, then we'll get into it. All right, so last track is Monzter Vizion, The Invisible Man, track number 10.
Eventually I learned words. Your beloved volumes of poetry were my primers. From your penciled notations, I learned that you favoured Wordsworth and the old romantics. No wonder you fled from me. I am not a creation of the panting catastrophe world. I am modernity persona.
I'm feeling hollow to the core. I'm running on fumes. The emptiness expands like depression balloons. I should feel blessed, but I'm a messy ball of stress. Every time I feel progressed, I get a tightness in my chest. Feel like the worst is out to get me, always looming round the corner. Feel my blood's about to blow, have my wife phone in the corner. I feel like I'm screaming to a crowd of deaf ears. I try to make it clear, but nobody seems to hear. I feel like I'm vapor, dust upon the wind. Nobody seems to notice as I hide behind a grin. Mr. Cellophane, they see right through me. I guess it's better than having all these folks use me. The dark clouds that circle me at 3 a.m. My mind starts racing those thoughts again. I reach my hand out, but there's nothing I can grasp for help. I'm drowning in my own mental health. I could be in a crowded room. They don't look right through, like no one's there. But someone's here, the invisible man. Sometimes I need someone to stay, but no one looks my way, like no one's there. But someone's here, the invisible man. I sit and light another cigarette. I keep on pushing no matter how bad it gets. Cause I'm scared of my regression while I battle my depression. Feel the feelings of regression with all these self-asserted threats. I hate this place and what it's become. I hate that good people have nowhere to run. I sit and watch the world crumbling around me. My brain keeps saying it'd be better off without me. Mass media keep pushing the hate, and my disorders keep me locked in the cage. I wanna fight the bigger fight, but I feel like I'm stuck, battling my demons, trying not to give up. Fuck a crooked cop, fuck a racist, fuck a drunk, fuck a psychopath, keeping little children in his trunk. Fuck the senseless killings, fuck the evil that men do. It's time to light a match and watch the flames consume. I could be in a crowded room. They don't look right through, like no one's there. But someone's here, the invisible man. Sometimes I need someone to stay, but no one looks my way, like no one's there. But someone's here, the invisible man. If you've ever battled depression or mental disorders, I feel you. And if you've ever felt alone, especially in the world right now, just know that I love you. Black lives matter. Trans rights matter. Everybody matters. And if anybody doubts that, then y'all don't matter.
Straight up. And with that song and that last little speech, that is gonna divide people that I want to be listening to my music and people that I don't want to be listening to my music. Because if they don't fucking agree with that shit, they can fuck the fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I kind of made a similar Facebook post the other day about the rebel flag. It's like there's juggalos who like have the rebel flag, and it's like, have you listened to Carnival of Carnage?
Right.
Do you know what the clowns are about? It's just funny to me, but yeah, like that's a really good like track to leave everybody on. I always like albums where, and I've talked to other artists about this, where like it leaves you in a good place. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you end the album, like you do whatever you want in the beginning of the album. ICP do it all the time. Last track, Pass Me By, Nothing's Left, where they leave you on a really good note, you know, because this album, it's really kind of like a mix of like that kind of stuff, like with Deadite and Urban Legend. And then there's like the mix of the other stuff, like this song and Beautiful. You know, you have a really good mix of like, you know, the horrorcore stuff, but also like the, you know, more meaningful type tracks.
I mean, so here's the thing. In my entire career, I've done probably around 21 albums. Granted, before I rebranded, all of it was pretty much garbage, except for a fucking, you know, some things. But when I rebranded and I became myself and I wanted to do music that was more about me and stuff, this album is the first album I feel is 100% me. It's a mix between the trials and tribulations of my life that I've gone through, plus the fun monster stuff that I'm all about, you know, and sending a message, you know, because I'm very much you know, I'm opinionated.
I think
And I'm a
all artists are very opinionated. I think, you know, if you're a musician, I think they're all very opinionated people.
right. And I just feel like I see a lot of people in our genre that that I feel miss the message on things a lot. You know, how can you be a racist, or how can you be a bigot, or how can you be a transphobe or homophobe or anything like that when we embrace the fact that people are fucking different? You know what I mean? So I just don't get it. So that's why I you know, I'm an advocate. I don't want to preach, but you know, I just want to let people know that's what I'm about. And you know, 99.9% of my shit's gonna be that fun monster shit, but there's always gonna be that 1% standing up to use my privilege to be able to say the things that need to be said in our genre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you said this album was like 100% you. Are you like, was that like a learning lesson on this album that you're going to carry over to like your upcoming albums?
Well, I could say first, if you like the album, please go to autumndaleshop.com and pick up a copy.
Right there.
Yep. Pick up a copy and bump it, or give it to your grandma. She'll like it. And then outside of that, I mean, the next two projects I'm doing are completely different. The band that you heard in this album, because off of this album, the tracks I liked the most were the rock ones. I had the most fun doing them. I feel like they were the most I don't know. I just liked them the most. So I did a full rock album that's coming out called Space Age Vampire. And then I am doing the last all hip hop album before the end of the year that I will be doing called Poltergeist. So the rock sound, if you guys like this rock sound, because I'm not just you know, outside of that, I say it's the last all rap album, but after that I have a blues album that's already in the mix. You know, it's being produced, but this next album, if you like Survive the Night, if you like Human Barbecue, Space Age Vampire is definitely gonna be something for you guys. And I'm gonna drop some news right now, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, let's go for it.
The official release date, my manager is gonna kill me. The official release date, so pre-orders, and a little bit about the pre-orders. Since Space Age Vampire is all vampire themed, we're gonna have some cool shit that the underground has never seen before with this album. So we are gonna have 10 vampire hunter kits that we've put together, all wooden and inscribed, with the album inside of them, with garlic and a steak and all kinds of shit. And then we're also doing a blood red tea that you can brew with coffin shaped sugar cubes. That's going to come with it. And also, we're doing a hot sauce for the album called Sauceferatu. That's going to be out too. So that comes out. Pre-orders start May 15th. And then May 16th, we're dropping the first official lyric video called Fright Night. May 23rd, the album comes out with the first official music video, Cannibal Women from Planet Scum. So
dope.
Hope you guys.
Yeah. Go you said May 15th, it'll be up on autumndaleshop.com, right?
AutumnDaleShop.com, which is where, if you go on there now, you'll see it's pretty thin. We're in the process of revamping, no pun intended, revamping the website for the Space Age Vampire release. So right now we just have Monzter Vizion and Southern Gothic and the live video DVD of the live show that we just did. So, but yeah, everybody make sure to go to autumndaleshop.com, pick up the CD. I hope you guys fucking liked it, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I guess before we leave, we got to talk about Autumndale at least a little bit. Your Indiegogo campaign. It's got, how many more days does it have left? It's got...
We're sitting right now. We're sitting at 31 days left, and you know, I've been. If you guys don't know, I've done a full comic book series and film series called Strange Tales of Autumndale. And right now you can see all the movies and videos that we've done for free at welcometoautumndale.com. We are campaigning for our new movie, which, if you like Men in Black, if you like Monster Squad, and you like Halloween, it's all three of these movies combined into one. We're using practical effects, puppets, full monster suits. You know, it's wild. It's a wild script, and we're campaigning right now. We have the official Autumndale blend tee up right now on the campaign. We have T-shirts, DVDs. We have the full comic book series, which is 131 pages up there for sale. So make sure you guys go to the Indiegogo campaign, which I'll post below here in a little bit. And, you know, support indie horror, man. We can't do it without you guys.
Yeah, so the Indiegogo, Autumndale, autumndaleshop.com for Monzter Vizion. Pre-orders on May 15th. That album's coming out very soon, like basically a month away from the new album, correct?
Yeah, man. It's I'm excited for you guys to hear this, because it's probably one of my favorite albums that I've ever done. It's an EP, and it's a ride, man. It's front to back. There's no, like how on Monzter Vizion I started off slow, kicked it up, and then ended slow. This shit's fucking meth the whole time. You put it in the fucking CD player and it's just meth all the way.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't.
Yeah, it's high octane, man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
in Georgia, if you said it's meth, everybody'd be like, "All right, man, I'm about it."
All right, well, you know, thanks, Dean, for coming on. It was, you know, I love doing these listening parties. You know, I was glad to do it. You know, we'll have to have you back on. You know, when the next album comes out, if we could do another listening party for that album as well.
Absolutely, man. Hey, you know what? I just wanted to take a minute here and say thank you. Thank you to you guys, man, because you know, it's not easy being a horrorcore artist with no platform. And you know, there's a few other groups out there that do spotlight people and stuff, but nobody's been doing stuff like this. So I greatly appreciate that shit very much. And I see great work coming from you guys, and I back that shit 100%.
Hey man, we just started anywho.
Yeah,
there's plenty coming.
We're just
right
just
now,
getting started.
Right, it's just going a little bit slow, but it's coming.
Yeah, man.
All good things take time. All good things take time.
All right. Well, I think that's a really good note to leave it on. Autumndaleshop.com. Pick up Monzter Vizion and Indiegogo for Autumndale. Thanks everybody for joining. Undergroundcatacombs.com. Dean Van Odd, Luke the Goon, Zool Jersey Devil,